State-of-the-art higher speed lasers and a whole host of new optical interfaces are going to be needed for the 5G world. Manish, Mehta of Source Photonics has been talking about this at the Market Focus here at ECOC. Manish, thanks for joining us from your long-distance flight. You've just come in, I think, from the west coast of the States to be here. You gave a fascinating talk in the Focus. We know that 5G is here. Are the components?
Yeah, it's a good question. For the network, the components are here. The optical transceivers are ready at 25 gig for the front haul, 50 gig for the mid haul. The components for the ASICs and the electronics for the baseband units and distributed units are ready. Now we just need the handsets to arrive.
Yeah, well, that's quite an important aspect, isn't it? What, on the component side, what for you are some of the biggest challenges still out there?
Yeah, so we're making a migration from 10 gig to 25 gig. And as we increase that line rate, the optical laser requirement on the speed, we begin to introduce a fair number of challenges technically into the network. So we need to increase the bandwidth of the lasers, we need to get higher speed ICs, the test processes are going to require more advanced equipment, but all of the challenges in the access network come down to cost. And I think as an industry, we certainly understand from the LTE network deployment of 10G optical transceivers how quickly the cost came down, and the industry and optical transceivers companies' ability to follow the cost curve that's required by the operators will be the biggest challenge over the coming years.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously the demand is there, the quality requirement is there, but are you confident that we will actually get there? You know, we seem to be in a constant whirl of trying to keep, the science has to keep up with the demand, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's been very good progress to date. I speak in my talk a little bit about the deployment of Fabry Pro lasers enabling very large deployments in the LTE space. It's an interface that maybe doesn't reach as far, but serves most of the network with a much simpler architecture than traditional optics. And now we've been able to deploy that technology into 5G networks, enabling scalability and therefore cost reduction over time. We also are working very hard to reduce the system deployment costs of the operators. There's cases where they can't get access to fiber. The access to fiber may be very expensive. So as an industry, we've been able to develop bidirectional transceivers and WDM transceivers operating at 25 gigabits and higher that will enable the operators to reduce their deployment cost.
Okay, well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Great, nice to see you.